All right, welcome everybody to today's Michigan Nonprofit Association orientation webinar. In the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and get started so that we're able to get through all of the information today. My name is Sarah Pinder. I'm the Engagement Director with Michigan Nonprofit Association. Feel free to ask questions today throughout the presentation in the questions box or the chat function. My colleague Mario will be answering those as we go, and we're happy to take any more complex questions toward the end of the webinar. The purpose of today's webinar is to give you an overview of your MNA member benefits that are available to you and how to access them. We will be going quickly through the information today, so I don't expect that you remember everything or even take notes on everything that we go over, but my hope is that you leave today's webinar with some sense of what is out there and offered to you, so that a few months down the road when you're thinking about working on a specific project, you might think back to this and say, hey, I think M&A could help me, and then feel free to reach back out to us at that time to help connect you with those resources or answer any questions that you might have at that time. As you can see from the information that was scrolling on the screen as we got started and is now up on the screen, MNA does have one important event coming up. It's on Wednesday, March 6th. It's our Nonprofit Legislative Day, an opportunity for you to come to Lansing and learn more about what nonprofits can do to advocate within the public policy and advocacy space, and also learn more and even potentially meet with your elected officials from your local area. So mark your calendar for that. I'll show you where to find more information online. So again, welcome to M&A. If you're a new member, thank you so much. We appreciate your membership. If you maybe are on the webinar today and are just exploring the option, that's great too. It's a good way to learn about what is available to you. So MNA was incorporated in 1990. We serve more than 1,000 member organizations statewide. We do that through capacity building, civic engagement, and public policy. Those are all things that you will learn more about today during our webinar. As I mentioned, my name is Sarah. My picture and contact information is listed there right in the middle. I'm joined today by my colleague Mario, who is also pictured there.
Yes, hello everyone. Thank you for being here.
And Bill Gessman is another member of our stakeholder engagement team and is here to help you as well. So as I mentioned, one of the ways that M&A serves the nonprofit sector is through public policy and advocacy work. We do this at both the state and national level. Our colleague Joan Gustafson, our external affairs officer, does most of the work in this area. She's always very interested and happy to talk with nonprofits about issues they may have that fall into this scope of work. So I feel free to reach out. Again, I'll show you where to find her contact information on the website. But we advocate for things such as tax policy, budget and spending, and public and private collaborations. More to learn about this, and I'll point out a few initiatives that we've got going on when we get into the webinar. All right, so now we're going to go over and switch over to the M&A website, which is where we'll spend the majority of our time today, showing you how to access your M&A member benefits. So now, right now we're on the front page of M&A's website. I hope some of this looks familiar to you. Hope you've been here before. The first thing I always encourage members to do is to go up to the upper right-hand corner and click Member Login. If you log in right when you get to the site, you won't be blocked by a member wall when you're here, and ultimately navigating the site will be easier. So I'm going to go ahead and click Member Login. I meant to show you right below that login page, the login fields on that page are some links that are helpful to you if you don't actually have your credentials. There's a forgot password and a forgot username link that you can use. They will look up by your email address. So your email address must be associated with the account, and then you'll receive a password reset link to that email address. Also on that page, there's some helpful videos for common errors that people have when trying to reset their password. So if you're running into that, we have some really short web videos that can help you troubleshoot. We're also here to help with that. Mario does that a lot with members that call. So feel free to reach out if you can't get logged in to the website. Just a quick point, your MNA membership is a membership that spans for your whole organization. So when your organization signed up, your primary and secondary contacts automatically received username and password information. However, they can extend that membership to other people within their organization, and they can do that either by sharing their username and password information or logging in and setting up those people who want access as additional users. So if you're not the primary and secondary contact, maybe check with one of them about the username information or getting set up as a user within the system. So once you log in, you'll be taken to the member dashboard. This is just an easy place to link to a lot of our commonly used resources. I want to point out a couple of these links here on the left. Membership details is where you can edit information about your organization. So your organization name, mission statement, other contact information. And if you continue to scroll down, you'll see that here you're able to see and manage the users on your account. Now, you'll only be able to see this information if you're the admin on the account. Again, that's automatically primary and secondary account users for your organization, but that is a really easy online way for you to manage your account and go in and update things. When MNA debuts a new product or resource or member benefit, it often requires a discount code in order to access that benefit. If you click here on the member dashboard on the left side, this link that says MNA member discount codes, that is where you will see all of this information. As you can see, I was just talking about legislative day. In order to get the member rate, you have to get the discount code here before you register. Also, the third link over here over on the left side, edit login profile. This is where you can update your own information, including your username and password. I'd encourage you to get in here, change your password and new username to something that you're going to remember, and that way it'll just remove one barrier when you go to the MNA member. When you come to log in, if you know what your username and password is, you'll be a lot more motivated to do that. It'll be simple and easy. So today we're going to talk a little bit about membership and nonprofit resources, but before we go there, I'm going to show you other places on our website. So I'm actually going to start all the way over here on the right side under who we are and show you that we do have a staff page. All of our staff is listed along with their contact email address and phone number. If you are reaching out to us, I'd encourage you to reach out to someone directly, and if they can't help you with your request, they will certainly forward your information to someone who can. There's also a tab under this menu called Get Connected. Get Connected is where you can see how you would prefer to be connected with MNA and get information from us. We are on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We also have newsletters, and here's where you would sign up for those newsletters. The My Nonprofit News is our most general e-newsletter, and it goes out every other Friday morning, including all of the relevant information about events and happenings and trends that MNA has going on. You can also sign up for Public Policy Action Alert. This email actually only goes out when we're requesting that people take action in the public policy space. So if you're interested in that, you can get signed up for either one of those emails. And we also have the Michigan Nonprofit Job Center email, which you will hear about more later in today's presentation. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mario, who's going to tell us a little bit about MNA technology services.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah. One of the ways M&A serves the nonprofit sector is through our technology services. The team at MNA Tech is very knowledgeable and personable, and if you happen to be the accidental techie at your office and you maybe don't want to continue being that sole resource, or there's a need for something else a little more tech-related, please consider reaching out to MNA Tech. They assist with things like technology planning, managing servers, and various other technology-related items. The team is extremely helpful and can even be reached via a direct hotline for those unexpected problems that spring up around the office. More details can be found under that Technology Services tab on our webpage. Now back to Sarah to review our civic engagement.
Thanks, Mario. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar, MNA does serve the sector through civic and community engagement. We do that in a few different ways. Right now, we are very focused on the Census 2020 initiative in Michigan. MNA is leading an effort among nonprofits in Michigan to ensure that we get a fair and accurate count, or complete and accurate count of all Michigan citizens. Census data is so important because it has financial implications for the next 10 years for the state and how much resources are being received from the federal government. It also has implications in our representation in the federal government system, so how many representatives we have from Michigan. So it's very important that everyone gets counted, and very often the populations that are hard to count, elderly people, low-income people, children, these are very often similar populations that the nonprofit sector serves. So MNA is launching a campaign, and we'll be doing lots of initiatives in the next 2 years to ensure that Michigan gets a complete and accurate count on Census 2020. If you're interested in learning more, we have a dedicated website to this initiative, becountedmi2020.com. You can definitely find out more information there, as well as this page right here on our site. Other ways that we serve in the nonprofit sector, we do have, in the civic and community engagement space for the nonprofit sector, is we do have an AmeriCorps Vista program, which hosts 32 Vistas, volunteers in service to America, throughout the state at various nonprofit organizations. They work on eliminating poverty, and they do that through promoting college access and success, as well as developing Michigan's workforce. Currently, that program is accepting new host site applications. If you'd be at all interested in learning more about AmeriCorps Vista or hosting a member for 2019-2020, you can reach out to the program manager, Maggie Harris. Her contact information is listed there. As I mentioned, we're in this enrollment period for any interested host sites. All right, now I'm going to go over to the Research and Publications tab and point out some great resources available to you from MNA. We just recently launched our most recent edition of the Michigan Nonprofit Compensation and Benefit Report. This is something that we publish every 2 years. It includes salary and benefit data this year on 78 different common positions in nonprofits, and that data is presented in various tables, including a breakdown by region, a breakdown by organization type, as well as budget size. So it's a really awesome tool for our nonprofit leaders and or board members to use that gives you information and helps you set those really competitive compensation packages. So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can purchase that right here via this link. Members receive it at a discounted rate at $165. For non-members, it's $270. Right below that is the Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual. This is a really awesome resource and something I recommend to all nonprofit leaders. It is what it sounds like. It's a manual. It's quite long, about 600 pages. It's not something that you read cover to cover, but it has a really great table of contents as well as an index that can help you find answers to commonly asked nonprofit management questions. You can see things on certain topics such as budgets, fund development, accounting, insurance, record keeping, etc. So check out the Michigan Nonprofit Management Manual. Members receive a discounted price of $75 and non-members can get it for $95. If you scroll down here, you will continue to see some publications, some that are available for free and others that are available for purchase. MNA Links magazine is a benefit of membership. It comes out quarterly and includes interesting articles and information on topics and trends in the nonprofit sector. So you should be seeing that in your mailbox in the next month or two for the first edition for 2019. We also have the Nonprofit Advocacy, a Michigan primer. Again, if you're interested in learning more about what nonprofits can do to advocate, I definitely recommend downloading this resource. It is really Advocacy 101 for nonprofits, and it's pretty interesting read. It has a lot of visuals and charts, so I encourage you to check that out if you're interested. We also launched our Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity Assessment a couple of years ago, and that is a great tool for nonprofits to be able to determine where their organization is in the perception of their staff and board in their journey to embodying these values of diversity, inclusion, and equity. And you can find out more by clicking on this link. There's other research down here too, as well as economic benefits and the Michigan Civic Health Index. These, I could spend a lot of time talking about either one of those resources, and I'm not going to do that today, but definitely check out that tab. There is a wealth of information about the nonprofit sector. We've talked a little bit already about our public policy and advocacy work. If you scroll down on this page, you can see more information about the specifics of what MNA is tracking and working on for this year. If I go up toward the top, you can also see that Michigan Nonprofit Association helps to support the Michigan Nonprofit Caucus. We are working on revamping this caucus as lots of our leadership at the state level has changed. But this is bipartisan, meaning Republican and Democrat, as well as bicameral from the House and the Senate, members who help to advocate for nonprofit issues that may come up. So check that out. Also, one other thing I want to mention, if you're in the Southeast Michigan area, definitely make sure to check out the Southeast Michigan Public Policy Council. They work on advocacy issues in the nonprofit sector specific to that region of the state, and as a member, you are invited to attend those meetings. Now I'm going to click over to membership and turn it over to Mario real quick to tell us about the Nonprofit Job Center.
Thanks again, Sarah. Under the membership tab, you can find our Nonprofit Job Center. This is one of the MNA's most frequently used resources. There are a few different ways that you yourself can interact with the Job Center. One way is by browsing what current job positions are available in the Michigan nonprofit sector by clicking on current job postings. You can sort these options via category and narrow it down to the desired search parameters that you're seeking. It's also great for a nonprofit leader who is looking to hire someone in Michigan. Just going to hit the back button. Just click on the submission form under the employers section right here to complete the job posting. The rates are $75 for a single 30-day posting for MNA members and $165 for non-members with a logo usage included. We strongly encourage you to post any openings with our Job Center. Another way you can engage with the Job Center is by getting signed up for the weekly email blast that goes out every Friday morning with the most current postings submitted to MNA. How you do that is go to the Who We Are and Get Connected section that we referred to earlier, and you go and you find at the bottom the e-newsletters and get sign up for them by completing the information and selecting which e-newsletter you want to subscribe to. Our email blast reaches over 6,000 subscribers each week, and our Job Center gets about 18,000 unique page views a month, which is a great way to market your opportunities to our online M&A audience. Now I'll hand it back off to Sarah once again to talk a little bit more about your wonderful M&A benefits.
Thanks, Mario. All right, so when you come to the page and you go to membership, nonprofit resources is where all of your benefits are listed. As you can see up at the top, we always have a featured benefit. Right now it's the Nonprofit Compensation and Benefit Report, so you can link to it directly from there. If we scroll down, you'll see your benefits available in fundraising and finance support. I'm going to go ahead and click on GrantStation. GrantStation is one of your largest M&A member benefits, so I want to make sure that you're aware of it and hopefully that you can think of how you might use it in your organization. Because it is a really great tool. It is an online grants database that can help you find new grant opportunities. Now you can see in order to get access to it for free with your membership, you must come through our website and hopefully not see that error message. I'm going to show you here a little bit, hopefully I can. We've actually just made an improvement about our, okay, so here's the thing. We've made an update to GrantStation, which apparently isn't allowing me to log in right now, which is unfortunate for you, but I want to tell you about this update because it's actually really cool, and I promise that after today's webinar, I'll go figure out why it's not working and we'll get it all squared away. But first off, GrantStation is an online grant database that you can search for new grant opportunities. As you can see, I'm on their database for U.S. charitable grant opportunities. Over here on the right, you can select various search parameters. So as you can see, I could click Michigan. It's not going to let me do it right now because I'm technically not logged in. But I can click my areas of interest, target population, types of support, grant maker. When you do that, when you get a search that works, what you do is you receive all of these profiles for the actual grant makers that are within your search parameters. What you can learn from that profile is just a wealth of information. Everything from what they fund, who they funded in the past, about how much they fund each year, contact information, program officers, etc. So it's a really comprehensive data profile that you receive on this new funder, and I would certainly encourage you to check out GrantStation. Now what's causing the issue right now is a new update that they did, which is really exciting. When it is working, you will be able to create your own dashboard of grant opportunities, meaning if you come in here and you search, you can save those searches, you can make notes on it, you can even create yourself a little timeline on it, and that is always going to be there as a resource for you. So you no longer do you have to search and track all that information maybe outside of GrantStation. You can do it all within this program. So definitely check out GrantStation. I promise you we will get that link working. Make sure that you click on it from the MNA website and you will get logged in to GrantStation that way. Another great resource for you in fundraising and finance support is the Foundation Directory Online. That's available at a 15% discount for you. That is also a grants database that you can search for grant opportunities. We also have a great resource here called Finance Unlocked for Nonprofits, or FUN. It's a series of about 6 videos that talk about basic nonprofit finance concepts. It's a great tool for onboarding new board members, even onboarding new staff members. It was developed by our sister nonprofit state association out in Washington State, and they use an improv actor as well as a CPA to do them, so they're pretty entertaining. Feel free to check out those videos if you're interested. If you're looking for credit card processing discounts, we also have an opportunity available through Card Connect that you can see there. And I'm going to continue to scroll down under free and discounted education. We do have some discounted and free events. As I mentioned, our legislative day coming up in March. You can visit the events calendar and check out more information there. As you can also get to that from the front page of our website. We also do have a recorded webinar archive where you can access free recordings of different webinars. As you can see, we will list the orientation webinar on here. So check that out, or you can share that with other people in your organization. I mentioned the diversity, inclusion, and equity assessment already, so I'm going to scroll down from there. One of the opportunities you have is a discounted rate on online learning courses from MindEdge. MNA members receive a 10% discount. These courses range in topics, but it's a great way to offer some professional development to your staff. There's things they can access from their desktop and provide them with some additional learning opportunities. They're really affordable too. They range anywhere from $79 to $159. We also have a document library that includes some common nonprofit documents, things such as communications plan. We do have a large series in here on volunteer management and recruitment. If you scroll down, you'll see we have some things on financial management, fundraising, etc. We also offer discounts for higher education through all campus. You can definitely check that out. Principles for Good Governance and Ethical Practice is a resource that's available through our partners at Independent Sector. If you've never heard of them, they're a great national organization that helps out nonprofits. And you can download their resource for free as well. I've already talked about the management manual and links, so I'm going to scroll down. As you can see from the next section of our chart, we partner with some of the largest educational institutions in the state of Michigan. University of Michigan Dearborn offers 20% off tuition for members of Michigan Nonprofit Association. Oakland University offers a 25% discount on their nonprofit management certificate program. And Michigan State University offers a great opportunity for nonprofit management, for a scholarship to their executive MBA program for nonprofit employees. It's actually a 50% scholarship, and MNA members are able to apply to that program and have their application fee waived. We also have started working with Davenport that offers a 20% discount on their tuition as well. And New Horizons Computer Learning Centers, 10 to 20% off of their technology and business skill training courses. Below that is our benefits in in managing HR. I see that we're creeping up on 3:30 here. I do have a little bit of more information, probably another 5 to 7 minutes. If you can stay on, that's great. If not, you now know where to find the recording, and you can see the rest of the webinar that way. Nonstop Wellness is an opportunity for organizations that have 50 or more employees taking advantage of healthcare benefits to look at a new way of doing this. It's a self-funded employee healthcare, and it has a lot of great benefits for both the organization as well as the individual, your staff members. So if you fall into that category, I'd encourage you to take a look at Nonstop Wellness. It's very cool and kind of a new approach to healthcare. We also recently launched a benefit and a partnership with Mutual of America. If your organization has a retirement plan with $1 million or less in assets, Mutual of America is able to waive your administration fees. So if you're currently with Mutual of America, this might be some added savings that you weren't aware of. If you're not currently with Mutual of America, new plans also qualify for this waived administrative fee. Mario already talked about the Nonprofit Job Center and Compensation and Benefits Report, so I'm going to scroll down from there. Constellation Hr is a performance and compensation management program. If you're in charge of managing a lot of staff and have a lot of reviews and goal tracking and things like that that you're in charge of, this is a really great tool for that. Definitely encourage you to learn more here if you're interested. The 3 links at the bottom of this include a link to the webinars that we did a couple of years ago with them. They have some great information on those webinars and then a quick overview of the program, but even just the education in those webinars is pretty interesting and worth looking at. So I'd encourage you to consider that. Verified Volunteers offers discounted background checks. The unique thing about them is that they offer the ability to various community organizations to share their background checks in the event that you have shared volunteers. It can be a cost savings for everyone as well as more convenient for the volunteer. MNA members receive a 20% discount. There is also there's a webinar on the verified volunteers, which you can find in the archive too, that will give you more information if that's something you're interested in. If you're looking for director and officer liability insurance quotes, you can work with Lyman and Sheets to get that. Scrolling down, we talked about MNA Tech. You also receive a year's worth of benefits with the N10 network, Nonprofit Technology Network. They offer things like discounted webinars, discounts on nonprofit tech job postings, as well as discounted rates to their annual conference. And to finish out, I'm going to turn it over to Mario to talk a little bit about how you can use M&A to make connections.
Thanks. So M&A offers 3 types of membership: nonprofit, business, and career development. It is because of this that we have a variety of businesses, both small and large, that are part of our grander statewide network. One of the featured M&A benefits for these business memberships is complete access and inclusion in our business marketplace, which is available for anyone to search through for consultant seeking consultant work or services from a consultant. It's a great resource for nonprofits seeking those specific services, and this online database can connect your organization with independent contractors or firms that are looking to serve your needs as a nonprofit. But please note that we strongly suggest that you still perform your own due diligence before hiring or contracting anyone in this business directory. Outside of the business directory, and much like it, we have our nonprofit member directory tool, which is a great resource which collects all of the nonprofits in our network from around the state and provides the contact information for those nonprofit organizations within the network. Through this resource, you can make additional connections and potentially collaborate on joint efforts or projects in your region, or if you just have any curiosity about what services are provided in your area. Another great resource for our nonprofit, or for all of our members actually, is the nonprofit Rfp Distribution. If you are a nonprofit leader seeking to reach some of our business members with specific needs, the request for proposals feature can be a great and helpful resource for making those connections. Just complete the short form and your submission will be distributed to our business members who have identified services in that area of your inquiry. It's another great tool to get connected. As well, we have our Trusted Partners and Resources sheet, which will open up into, depending on your browser, will open up into a new tab. From there, this document resource provides contact information for some of our most trusted partners within the nonprofit sector for both state and national organizations. Some of this quick reference information includes information for the National Council of Nonprofits and the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs, otherwise known as LARA. This is a great and helpful tool for navigating some of the institutions in the nonprofit sector. As well, M&A has a considerable statewide following as well as a growing online presence, so please do not shy away from advertising with us through our advertising and sponsorship opportunities, or if you know anyone who might be interested. It's a great platform to broadcast your upcoming events, programming, or general opportunities. You can find more details about our specific packages by reviewing the options found in the Advertising and Sponsorship Opportunities page on the website, which is what you see in front of you. Another great resource is our Capacity Building Centers Network, which can be found under the Membership tab. You just click on Capacity Building Centers, and what is included in this, this directory, if you will, is 11 nonprofit organizations or centers throughout the state of Michigan that work to assist other nonprofits in meeting their needs through resource or development. It's a great way to make connections through other organizations throughout the state, and I would highly encourage everyone to take a look to see if maybe they can also provide additional support for any projects that you may have. So those are some great ways to get connected within our M&A network. We do appreciate you being here this afternoon. We hope you take full advantage of all your benefits, and welcome to M&A. Have a good rest of your day, and you be safe out there.